And we are back at Hager Rose Bowl, the John Reiss Scratch Singles Tournament in Allentown, where Scott Camp is moving on after defeating Larry Fricker. A little triple mid-game carried him. And this is Owen Darby, the 30-year-old out of Palmer, PA. 242 average. How about an 878 series, Pat?
He didn't miss much.
No, 878. You're leaving very few pins. That one's over in about 11 minutes. Darby finishes his practice tosses on lane 4. Wow, a lot of action over on lane 4 for Darby. And now they'll get it set up. We'll get a handshake. The two players will move on as we'll get this other match started. Again, we want to thank our sponsors for today's event. Bowler X Pro Shop, Gebhardt's Billiards and Bowling, our family's pro shop. I want to thank our two new sponsors, Words Cafe, Reliable Auto Body, plus the Morgan family, Hager Rose Bowl, Hager Lounge, and Terry White Amusements. Here comes Scott now. Pat, let's see what he can pick up where he left off earlier in the game. He had that little triple in the middle to carry him. He actually struck spared triple.
He had a really good
look. Took the lead.
He made an errant shot in the second, but he was dead in the pocket in first, third, fourth, fifth. Light 10, light 10. So he had a good look. He switched balls, which is a little surprising to me. Obviously, he knows his equipment well. Looks like he might be throwing a... I think it might have been a Vapor Zone hybrid. Both these players will be throwing Brunswick family of bowling balls.
And let's run down a couple of other players that cashed today. A nice strong field. Joe Paluzik picks up $400, finished 6th, 7th. Phil Drum almost started out with a 300 game. I crossed with him at 8:30. I think he woke up, came here, and punched out the first 8 strikes.
Yeah, he threw the ball very well today.
Dan Schreiner also helping out the committee.
A little bit high there.
There's a single pin. The 8.
Get a look here. Actually, it's a lot high there.
So Schreiner finished 8th, good for $340. Augie Quattrini, 9th. 320, made a nice little late move. He's a member of your staff in our family's pro shop.
Dan and Augie, both former Masters champions themselves in their own right. Owen on the spare. That's a good cover.
Starts out with this nice little single pin pickup.
Owen had to have a little bit of some surgery done last year on his left wrist. He had some procedure done there, and this is he's just really starting to get back in the bowling game full swing. So you can see he uses a modified grip. They call it a Sargeister grip. He's got a full fingertip grip in his middle finger and a conventional grip actually in his ring finger.
And it worked right there.
No
matter what grip he had in that, those babies were going down.
Yeah, you can see he gets really underneath the ball and hits up through it. Now, interesting here. We talked about earlier that they might be doing 2 balls. He's throwing 1 ball, the ball that he bowled the first game. He's throwing that on his right lane right now. Good shot.
Smooth, that looked really pretty.
And I was incorrect. I had said that he may be throwing a Vapor Zone hybrid on lane 3 that he switched to in the first frame. It is not. It is a radical ball. I just can't tell exactly what it is from here.
Radical ball or not, worked for a double for Scott Kampf.
Yeah.
Owen Darby reeled out his usual good game set, 244, 212, 254. Then he was able to take a break. He shot 186, rested a little bit.
Yeah.
Bounced back with 212 and 244 to finish at plus 152.
Let's see, staying with that ball. It looks like he's trying to circle that ball just a little bit more with his hand. He's
Right,
more up
if we
the
have
back.
a replay, give the viewers an idea. When we get a slow-mo there, it'd be great to see what he's doing with his hand, but it's working.
It's really hard. Just from a quick shot there, it looks like he's trying to circle it at the bottom just a little bit on lane 3 with that particular ball that he's throwing. He's a little bit more up the back of it on 4. Again, I could be wrong. There you get a good look at that grip.
We had a tie for 10th place, Wayne Fleming and Jim Mack. So they'll split the two, the prize funds added together and divided up as Darby
Good shot
doubled.
there by Owen. Actually, Jim Mack goes by James Mack. He's one of those players that you might catch during the Lehigh Valley Amateur Golf Tournament out at Green Pond. He's an avid golfer. He participates in that. He does have a runner-up finish in the Masters years and years ago. Finished second to Jeff Deal in one of the, I believe, one of the lowest scoring matches in championship history, but also one of the youngest matches in history. I believe James, that was his first adult tournament. He was 18 years old at the time.
Jacob Kerstetter finished 12th. Jason Statina 13th as Darby looks.
That's a little high.
Goes 7 count. Pat, right now with the big start by Comp, you can't let this happen.
No, you can't. You got to stay on it. Now Owen's attacking the lanes from the left side, obviously, and he's able to get the ball to what we would call or relate to as being peeling off the lane, peeling back off the dry, a little bit further left than what the righties are able to accomplish on the right side of the lane. This is a tough spare. Good cover.
Good roll. Picks up the spares. Got 67 through 3. But now here it is. Could be a 5-timer. That would be huge for Scott Comp.
Yeah, he just wants to keep making good shots here. Again, he's throwing 2 different balls, 1 on each lane.
And a credit to his ball driller because it's tough to do. Throw 2. They got to be drilled comfortable for the bowler to be able to shift back and forth like that.
Just trying to get that ball to lay off. You could tell by his hand motion. He thought it was going to hook up a little bit. That's a good shot.
See it just inside that tracer board,
Yep.
same as the last one.
Yeah, he was just hoping that it wouldn't peel up in the back there. Good shot.
Also want to thank the Haja Lanes employees, Jimmy Haja, proprietor, Dolores Morgan, Cheryl Hoffman, Mike Malloy spent most of the day here today, so these bowlers could come out and play. Thanks to them for their efforts, always courteous, friendly. Nice look from the front.
Oh, he went up the back of that one. Got a great break.
That is huge as it carries Jersey. He's got the first 5 through the match.
Yeah, this one was left off his hand. He wasn't able to get it around the break point where he wanted. Just a little quick with the release, trying to make sure he's going to get it where he wanted to, and just keep him over the top.
Owen Darby got to get a little string going.
Good shot. Terrible break.
Wow.
Great shot.
I don't know if we have a shot of that, Pat. You could explain the physics. Something didn't do what it was supposed to do.
Well, the ball didn't hit the 9 or the 8 pin. Watch this ball as it goes through the pins. When we slow this down right here, you're going to see it go 1, 2, cover straight over the 5, and miss the 8 pin.
Great slow-mo move by our crew. That's disastrous right at that spot in the game.
That's a rough break. It would have been worse if he had been on a strike at that point, because he made an excellent shot.
Oh yeah,
almost threw it too good.
Yeah, because that would have given, had he carried last for him, he would have been on a 4-timer. He would have tightened that match back up.
Absolutely. So right now, let's see. Owen's on 2-0 pace with a max 256, and obviously Scott's max score is 300 right now since he hasn't missed.
We mentioned our camera crew here as Owen Darby sets up on a lane 3.
That's in a little bit.
Wow, 7 count.
Yeah.
Hurt him after the spare.
I think last time he was a little bit further out and the ball just hooked up and peeled off. This time I think he may have tried to overcompensate for not leaking the ball out to the left, and the ball just bit immediately and did not hold pocket down the lane for him.
I want to thank the rest of our crew, Master Control, Dan Himmelwright, Corey Kiefer, and Mark Bushner on utility, Scotty Richardson on audio, Max Zarodnik on video, Jake Leiby, Jim Grell, giving you these replays, Bob Mesko, stats, Ian Boyd, Chiron, and our director today, Doug Long. We would thank those guys for their time. They were here early, spent the day at Hager Rose Bowl setting up. They were not bowling.
Oh, they were still working, though.
They're still working. And I found out Chuck Wagner averaged 180. Dude can throw the ball. Right now, we're looking for 6 in a row for Scott Kampf.
Looks good.
Wow, got the front 6.
He's confident right now. I mean, he made a run in the semifinals. See here from behind. I mean, these balls are like carbon copies of each other on that lane. He's got that lane lined in, and obviously he's 2, 4, 6 on that lane. That means 10th frame. If he gets there, he is on a lane that he's pretty comfortable with right now.
He only has the one, the Jersey Strike, that kind of. You said he got away from a little early, got a little inside. Let's see.
I still think he's trying to circle the ball a little bit more on this lane than he is on the other lane. That's in again. Oh, it held this time.
There. Nice job. He's got the front 7. So the match in tow. Look, good ball.
Yeah, you can see right off the break point, the ball just kind of started going end over end. The only thing I can think of is that one. He got up a little bit more up the back of it. It did not quite break loose down lane. So another good shot. Owen's behind the 8 ball right now. Unless he strikes out, I would have to say that he's in dire straits to possibly win this match. It's a good shot.
Wow, sends a couple pins after the 7 to destroy that rack, does Owen Darby.
Watch the head pin come off the sideboard here, I believe. Yep, 7 pin.
Took it down. Paul Pinto finishing 14th. Ryan Galley 15th. Brent Tushuk 16th. Adam Chase 17th. Jim Thomas 18th.
Yeah.
Today's event.
Number of times he's been on our telecast in the past.
Todd Segretti 19th. Chris Kramer 20th.
Another former Masters champion.
Pleasure to bowl with Chris this morning.
Oh, you were on his pair as
well? On his pair this morning. Great guy to bowl with.
That's a better shot there.
Wow, and blisters a 7.
Poor result, but it was a good shot. I think this is, Owen's going to be disappointed in that he didn't win this match or advance to the finals, but this is a process for him. He was out of the game for a while. He was bowling in tremendous pain for a number of months before he finally had his surgery done. So this is a step in the right direction for him. He's been bowling very well in league recently. He's getting back into the swing of things. So although he'll be disappointed with the result, he's throwing the ball very well, and he's still on his way back. He'll be fine. Now on his good lane with the front 7. It's got a hold.
Oh, a little bit high, leaves it 8 counts, so the string stops. Maybe just a little case of nerves there.
Nah, he was inside. That was 1 or 2 boards inside of where he wanted it to be. It's all right. Go ahead and go after this spare. Cover it up. He's got the match well in hand. He's going to be up 56 pins with a couple frames to go. Good cover.
Picks up the spare.
See that nice 2-tiered trophy in the background?
The green, little green guy kind of hanging in the back. Scott Kampf gets set for the finals.
Yeah, that's a good shot there.
Bounces back with a strike in the 9th frame.
Scott's got to kind of feel a little confident right now. He's got a good look on both lanes. That ball skidded out a little bit later down lane, but again, I think he's going around the ball on lane 3 more and going more up the back of the ball on lane 4, which is, as a bowler, that's hard to do. I mean, that's an incredible amount of touch, and at 22 years old,
and you got to remember,
very
he's using
impressive.
2 different pieces of equipment.
Two different pieces. Another tough break. He,
wow.
Again, threw the ball very well.
Kind of shaking his
Solid
head.
8-pin again.
Like, what do I got to do to get these things to cooperate?
It's his second one of the game.
Yes, he had one 2 frames ago.
Good cover.
Picks up the spare. He'll go now in the 9th frame. Owen Darby. Also want to thank our tournament committee today for their time and efforts. Bowlers can come out and compete. We want to thank George Morgan, Chris Riga, Dave Bergenstock, Renee Guerin, Pat Polash, Kyle Morgan, and Donna Bergenstock.
That's why he's just wanting to get out of the way now. He just wants this game to be over. He bowled a good game.
He did.
He struggled a little bit on the left lane with the 2-7 counts, the 2-4, the 2-4-7 back-to-back frames there in the 4th and the 6th. Bad breaks with the solid 8 pins on the right lane. Other than that, he bowled a fine game. Scott just bowled a better one.
Picks up the spare. So he will now move, get out of the way. Where he's gonna, is Owen gonna finish?
Yeah, he's gonna finish. This is his last ball. 10th frame.
10th
Finish
frame,
the game off.
I'm sorry.
Then Scott will come up and
can go 278 off the sheet, Scott. Wow, and picks up a split.
196.
196, not a bad game, and it really could have been, Pat, a better game.
Could have been more.
196.
Definitely.
And sometimes, you know, you just run into an opponent who's kind of on fire. When Scott Kampf got right out of the chute, was lined up, made some great adjustments. And that's what I was talking before the show. Sometimes when you're on the pairs, that's beneficial.
It is. See now, he just threw the ball that he's been throwing on lane 3. He just threw it on lane 4.
And is that just to check out, see what's going on?
You know what? I'm really not sure. I thought he made a bad shot in the 8th frame on the front 7. Every ball that he had thrown on that lane legitimately prior to then looked like carbon copies. I mean, they rolled the same spot, same place and everything. I think he missed in the 8th frame, so I don't know whether he's starting to second guess himself or what at this point. Let's see what he throws here on his fill ball.
Could go 258 would be the high game of the day.
Yeah, he's going to go back to the ball
on the
that
pair.
He just threw in the first shot. So honestly, I'm a little unsure here. Not sure if I like this play or not.
That one goes way wide. It takes 7.
Yeah, I mean he went through the face in the first one, and then he went out wide on the second one. Again with the ball that he was throwing on lane 3. So.
But that'll set up our championship match. Scott Kampf, 255. He is going to go on to face Jason Stepladder from Lafayette, New Jersey in our championship finals.